Well. It's that time again.
Yes, it is.
Every couple of years, we get a nice little Nintendo Direct with a whole bunch of new Pokemon goodies.
And this was definitely a goodie bag of goodies for sure.
Chock full of little morsels that we're going to digest right now.
Oh, sure. As long as you don't do that again. Anyways, so here, welcome to our podcast talking about the Pokemon Direct that happened fairly recently about Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield news. And my God, I'm buzzing right now, in case you can't tell.
I'm pumped.
When the first little teaser came out, I was optimistic. And I'm like, okay, I need to see more before I really come to any conclusion. I saw enough to really get myself starting on the hype train for this game.
I'm already all in. I'm all in. All my chips.
Wow.
Give me Score Bunny. Give me that wild area. Let me go.
That's right.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So, we got a list of things to talk about, which we never actually talked too much about Sword and Moon on the channel. So, if we could do, a quick review of some stuff that was, like the starters that are here. What do you know where your allegiance lies as far as starters, though.
So we have Grookey, who is the grass drummer monkey. We have Sobble, the sad, emo water newt. And we have Score Bunny, who is the little, a soccer player bunny, tricks bunny.
I really don't know what his whole... I'm sure once they evolve and they'll start taking on,
I'm going to say he's like a football... It's like a soccer player.
A rugby.
Yeah, maybe rugby, too, yeah. Their designs, amazing. As long as... The fire type.
Are you ready for another fight?
Can't wait.
Firefighting starter?
Please. Game Freak, listen. It's me, your boy.
They're dangling it in front of you.
If this rabbit is a firefighting type, I'm going to buy the game regardless. But I'm not going to be happy about it.
Well, of course not. Yeah.
So, if you want that on your conscience, if you want a grown man being upset at a company because they made a firefighting type for the 4th time, that's on you, okay?
To be fair, the last 2 fire starters didn't end up that
True, and they were great.
So,
what?
Yeah, Delphox was fire
psychic, and
Incineroar was
dark.
Fire dark, yeah.
Yes, I forgot about Incineroar.
So, I guess that could go back to... Anyways, that's besides the point, though. And this region is supposedly... It's the Gallo region?
The Gallo region. Gallo.
Very influenced by Eastern Europe. Primarily, the UK. I believe that's the big inspiration.
Yeah, and that's why I think Score Bunny is going to be football. That football is huge.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Your Score Bunny's going to yell in pain when Sobble comes and kicks his ass.
Yeah, well,
my Sobble, to be more precise.
You mean when your Sobble just cries all over my poor Score Bunny?
And those tears are just enough to...
Just a real lot of damage.
Just do a lot of damage to your fire. So anyways, so now let's go to the Direct that recently happened. And all this... just the amazing amount of good... First of all, the game looks amazing.
It does.
From what you expect from a main title console Pokemon game. They put a lot into it as far as keeping the spirit of, the progression of the graphics that have been they've been working towards as far as entering 3D Pokemon games. This is the most refined version of everything that we've seen so far.
Definitely. This is the home console game that everyone wanted ever since Red and Blue version.
Oh, yeah.
When Red and Blue came out, we loved playing on our Game Boys. We loved linking them up to each other, trading Pokemon back and forth. We always said, how cool would it be to play an actual full Pokemon RPG game on the N64 or on the GameCube?
Which technically we did get... Coliseum and XD, those are technically, but on the grand scale of, a regular one, they do seem... watered down as far as the overall content. Yeah, this is
a full-blown Pokemon RPG made specifically for a home console. A Switch is a home console to me.
Oh yeah,
I know
totally
it's a home console. Best of both worlds, I guess.
I was gonna say, it's but yeah, dude, the sceneries look gorgeous. It's very well polished, and I'm excited to see what features they have to kind of customize your own experience, customizing your own trainer.
Yeah.
And then, whatever else, new concepts they'll like bring forward.
A new concept that I'm very interested in is the wild area.
Oh yeah, this is the part right here.
It looks like there's not going to be like routes. In the old games, routes were essentially there to load in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But since it's on a home console, I think this is just my guess, because it's not for sure. But my guess is it's going to be a big open world, just one giant route that connects all the cities, all the towns, all the caves, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Paul made a good point, a good point that if they did that with Legend of Zelda, why not with Pokemon? And that's a perfect point. Zelda, literally, you can travel anywhere.
Oh,
there's no loading screens, there's no nothing. It's like, why can't Pokemon do that?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if they can make it happen on the same console, just give it a Pokemon skin, essentially. Does that mean, though, that the progression... Like, I feel like the Pokemon game itself would have to be, like, completely reorganized around that, especially if it's as freeform as Breath of the Wild. Because Breath of the Wild, you can go in any direction that you want. Like, you clear a tutorial area, and then you're free to go wherever. So, the question is then, if this is a true open-world Pokemon experience, like, how... Like, is it going to be the exact same thing? Like, if they actually opened up the world of a Pokemon game, can you just go to any city you want? Can you go explore any cave you want? I mean, Breath of the Wild pointed you in certain directions, but you could choose to go in that direction if you want. You had the choice of veering off if you truly wanted to. So, you have to wonder if it is that kind of open of experience. Like, it's going to be a completely different beast.
It has
Pokemon
to be
game to accommodate for something like that.
What's going to happen? My guess is just like all the other games. There's going to be, maybe like a Pokemon, like a Snorlax sleeping in front of like a town that you can't get to until you, or like a Psyduck has a headache. You need to find the remedy for the Psyduck so it'll go away. That's a very Pokemon thing. So like I can see them doing that in the wild area. One thing I'm intrigued to see is in the trailer or the direct, there was tall grass, and you were sneaking in the tall grass.
You were sneaking. You were also doing like this whistle technique that it seemed like it drew Pokemon to you. Mm-hmm. So like they're finding more creative ways to.
So is it going to be like Pokemon Let's Go, where all the Pokemon are going to be like seen?
It may look that way. I'm not sure, like, if it's going to be as broad as Let's Go's was, where, like, it just seemed like Pokemon were shooting out left and right.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, there's a set amount. I don't know. We're just basing this, all that we've seen on this trailer. So, I mean, for all we know, it could just be a ton of Pokemon constantly being refreshed like Let's Go. I don't know. But who knows, man? I mean... The thing was, like, we watched the direct not too long before we made this, just so we can get that, fresh in our minds as we talk about it. And there was like a part of me that was worried about the whole concept of wild area. If it was going to be just like I talked with Mark about, it was like going to be like a sub mode where like he was actually saying like it could have been like how your Pokemon are reintroduced to you through like what was it, Pokemon Home?
Yeah, the Pokemon Home, or whatever the cloud-based service is going to be called. Yeah. I think it's Home.
So you would have to like go into this wild area and then recapture everybody and stuff like we were at first we were kind of thinking maybe it was something similar to that, or if it's like that. Which one was it? Was it X and Y or was it X and Y? I think where each person had like their own. Like, it was an online hub area, and each person had, like, their own, like, specific wild area.
Oh, like the friend area?
Yeah.
It's X and Y.
So, because that's another thing. Like, they have raid battles going on in this one. And so, somewhere in this wild area, you can hook up with people online or local to participate in 4-player raid Pokemon battles. So, there's some sort of interaction between other people online that is available. So at first I was kind of concerned that this was being just some sort of gimmicky online area and stuff like that. But I don't know, just looking at it, it kind of does look like this is like the thick of the game right here. Yep. Which I'm hoping, because that would be amazing.
Because I'd be very disappointed if it it ends up being like a Pal Park or Pal Park. What's the platinum one?
I never played.
Or like
I only played
Diamond and Pearl. You don't remember? It's the thing where you have to who cares? Essentially, yeah. The wild area can either be like route, like just the open world, like routes connects all the cities, or it's going to be like a cloud service where all the Pokemon that you put in the game just end up there. It looks like that's not the case because after watching the direct, but who knows? We don't know.
Who knows? We don't.
Paul did bring up the point of raids. Mm-hmm. So yeah, in this game now, you can raid with 3 of your friends, and you're gonna battle a giant Pokemon. Literally a
legitimate giant skyscraper-sized Pokemon.
I guess it's called Dynamax. Mm-hmm. It's the new gimmick in this game. Just how the Alolan forms, Mega forms, Z moves. Sword and Shield's gimmick is this Dynamax mode, where you can turn a Pokemon into a giant kaiju, essentially, for 3 turns. He gets stronger, or like his moves get better, or something like that.
Any Pokemon could be a legendary now.
Just do you remember the anime episode where they're being chased by like a giant Charizard, giant Venusaur, and Blastoise, but they're like animatronic?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
I also remember the one where they got, I think it was Bill.
The giant Dragonite?
And there was the giant Dragonite, yeah.
Remember the giant Alakazam and the giant Gengar episode too?
That one I don't.
No.
It doesn't ring a bell.
You're missing out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's great. It was a great episode.
I'm sure it was.
A lot of character building in that episode.
But I just remember the giant Dragonite one warping our perception of how big a Dragonite really is. We're like, this is the biggest Pokemon ever, but it's like, not even like...
I think it's 5'7", I think?
Yeah, I'm taller than a Dragonite.
Well, good for you. Oh, thank you. You are a Dragon. You're my Dragonite.
Well, you're taller than me, so I guess that makes sense.
I'm an Onyx.
Alright, moving on. So, they also revealed some more new Pokemon that... Because at first we just knew the 3 starters, but this Direct actually showed us, gave us a few more tidbits of some new Pokemon that we should be experiencing here. So, what do we got?
So, the big one that I've seen all over the internet in kind of memes and stuff is the Wooloo, the sheep. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves that sheep.
Everyone just likes cute Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know where people got some of these like flavor texts, but I read one of them is like, Wooloo doesn't like conflict. So every time it sees conflict or anything that's not like positive, it just rolls away. That's so wholesome. I don't know if that's even true or not, or I don't know if someone's just like making stuff up, but it's so wholesome.
Just boop, boop, boop,
yeah,
just floats away in this
beautiful little sheep.
Well, someone in our Discord actually posted like that comment or like a comic strip.
Yeah.
Guys like, oh, it's just a Wooloo. I'll beat it for XP, and he just ends up being like this super buff. You should go on our Discord and check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, by the way,
links in the description
we
below.
do have a Discord if you guys would like to join. It's very active, a great community. We all always get together. We always ask our Discord for names, for characters.
For our Let's Plays.
Yep, maybe a decision has to be made. We'll ask the Discord. So if you want to join, and join it.
If you want to join, the link will be in the description below.
Thank you.
All right. End of that plug. So who else did they show?
So they have our favorite. Is it Dreadnought, right?
Dreadnought.
He's a snapping turtle, dragon, alligator thing.
It looks like one of those huge snap turtles. I'm
hoping it's gonna be like a Pokemon you catch fairly early in the game.
I hope so.
But I'm expecting it to probably be the pseudo-legendary.
No, I wouldn't say
it looks too cool not to be a pseudo-legendary, though.
Well, you know what? You have a fair point. And it would be well-deserved for someone who looks as cool as Dreadnought. But you don't know. I'm hoping it's not a water type, because then I won't be able to use it, because I always use my water starter.
I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think so either.
It's saying like it's strong enough to like cut rock and iron, so I'm assuming it's going to be
rock and steel type, maybe.
Yeah, so
or something along.
Someone on like a ground or.
Whatever.
Regardless, it looks amazing.
Yeah, regardless, that's a really good design.
We have I think it's Corviknight or Corviknight, the Black Knight Crow
bird
Pokemon. It looks like he's going to be like Charizard in Sun and Moon. He's going to fly you to and from towns. He reminds me of if Skarmory was given a evolution.
I've been seeing a lot of comparisons.
Yeah.
Where people were saying like, oh, it's a steely looking type bird. He looks so cool. And Skarmory's like, I've been here this whole time.
I've seen a meme. It's what you look like and what your girlfriend like tells you not to worry about. You know, it's like you're Skarmory, and then like the guy you shouldn't worry about is Corviknight. Dude, yeah. If I was Skarmory, I'd feel the same way too.
That's all right.
It's all right.
I'd be like, I'm still tankier than
Skarmory. You had your time in the sun. Gen 3, you were like the meta king for defensive types. You know what? It's time to just let go. Give Corviknight his time in the sun.
We still love you though.
I
still love you.
Good luck. Good luck. I didn't put down the first form.
Glossifer?
Is that what it's called?
The little flower one? Yeah,
Glossifer. Those Pokemon, I never care. The grass type, early grass types, they're so boring to me that I just don't care. They're all the same. Like
from what the guy was saying, I can't remember the artist's name, but he was saying like how it had healing properties, like its petals and stuff.
Yeah,
so it could be like
the Chansey.
I'm gonna speculate it as being some sort of like utility Pokemon in that regard. But they also revealed an evolution form for it too, which was what, Eldegoss? Eldegoss,
a giant cotton ball,
like a dandelion, dead dandelion, that sort of thing.
Little caveat: finally, where we're living, it's finally summer. It stopped raining. The sun's out. We finally have 80-degree days. My street, there's a lot of trees, a lot of plants. I woke up this morning to go to work. I literally thought it was snowing because there was so much of that, like those dandelions around. Mm-hmm. I guess someone's tree just decided to
just take a dump.
Yeah, just explode all of its pollen, and my street looks like it's snowing. Everyone's grass has this little foam of white. But that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. We're talking about Pokemon, not my personal life.
Yeah,
so,
well, just imagine that Pokemon doing the exact
thing. So, like, the Eldegoss exploded on my street, and now we're all being healed by its healing properties.
There you go.
But yeah, the grass Pokemon, they're so. I get like you can only do so many things with grass Pokemon because they're plants. But like, come on, guys, you can do better. You can do better for plant Pokemon.
Yeah, just slap a green lizard underneath it.
Yeah, and exactly. Like Trico, like those literal like animals, like grass types are good. I don't want like a flower. I'm sick of flower type or flower Pokemon. I'm sick of cotton. I'm sick of like fruit. Just Game Freak. I don't know.
Mark is just done with it.
I'm.
So let's move on to the two legendaries then and talk about those guys real quick.
You mean the two Digimon? Because that's what they remind me of.
Well, the one Digimon and then the one boss from Dark Souls.
Yeah, yep.
What was his name? Sif? I've seen something. I've seen a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
The wolf with the sword in the mouth. Yeah, they ripped that one for sure. Mm-hmm. But still, I mean,
they look great.
They look great for what they are.
Yeah, I don't agree with the sword in its mouth gimmick, especially since it was an X and Y. They had the four musketeers and their horns were swords.
Just the one. But I don't know what you're talking about. Keldeo.
Yeah, like they have swords on their head. One has a sword on his head.
Yeah, it's true. Unless you wanted to make like a wolf body as just a sword.
Yeah, or maybe because like
like a homage.
Yeah. Like my thing is like when that thing was born with a sword in its mouth, or did it find it? I want to know these answers.
It came out of the mother, I guess,
as a sword. Maybe the mother is a sword. Is the sword? Maybe.
I carry her around with me all the time.
Exactly, yeah.
And then I'm going to beat you with her.
I'm going to slice you up with my mother. But if you notice in the direct...
Save the queen.
The direct trailer, right before they kind of their little battle, they look up. And I'm assuming that's going to be like the third legendary that has not been like announced or like revealed yet. Do you remember?
Yeah, like there's that swell of like
a gust of wind.
And they were like preparing themselves for something.
Yeah.
So it could be like the third... for the trio of the main ones, but only time will tell as far as that's concerned. All right, what else? They showed like a lot of things too. Mark and I were just watching that trailer again and getting really pumped about certain things. Like the one thing I really think looks amazing is how Pokemon gyms are now handled. Like the big stadium and like the active crowd.
It reminds me of Pokemon Stadium when you did like the gym battle, like towers. There's a crowd. They're like literal people cheering you on. Yeah. It's a great dynamic to
it
gym
changes
battles.
how the gym battles feel. It makes things more eventful. You know, when you feel like you got a giant crowd cheering you on, and like the whole pomp and circumstance. Like I can't remember the gym leader guy's name. Like super tall, buff dude,
the Aussie looking guy.
Yeah, and he like you both are walking out there, and it just gets like the big cinematic. I'm not sure if that's like a story cinematic thing, and it's not going to be like it every time. But if it is every time where you get the big build up, that's just so cool. It just adds that much more character to like gym battles when you have all that flair going into it. It should be treated as a big event. This is like a big undertaking to go after the champion. Yeah. Which, speaking of which, champion for this game, Leon
has a Charizard, bro.
He does.
That's my boy.
I know.
He's my boy.
That's right. That's your OG right there, man. But yeah, he's probably. He's the Pokemon champion.
He's the Pokemon
champion. They already talked about it and everything like that. Very kingly, regal-esque. He has like the big fluffy cape, and then like his cap sort of had like a crown design.
A little bit. He had crazy facial hair that wasn't connected to
very
anything.
Tony Stark-esque.
Yeah,
That's kind of the way to put it.
Damn, Tony Stark, the Pokemon trainer.
There you go. But the one thing too, they showed like your rival as well. What was his name? Hop, which is Leon's younger brother.
Yeah,
go figure.
Of course.
This would be like the one plea I have with this Pokemon game. Can we finally have a rival that that's more that's competitive? Not so much like my friend who's I'm sort of competing with. No, like can we get somebody to finally just give us that that push?
Yeah, like we need another Gary when we need someone.
Exactly.
We don't need a May. We don't need two friends that battle us twice and never see. We need someone to push us to be better.
We don't need an entourage like X and Y.
Yeah.
We need somebody to compete with, and actually, like the closest one we've had since, I guess Silver
definitely.
Gen 2 is definitely up there. But since those two, I think the closest we've gotten was from Gen 5, Sharon. Is that his name?
Yeah, the guy with the blackish hair.
Yeah, like he's probably like the closest guy we have to that compared. But anyways, yeah, we showed like your rival.
Yeah, we need a legitimate rival.
We seen Professor Magnolia.
Magnolia and her
granddaughter Sonia.
Sonia or Sophie? Sonia? Sonia?
Is it Sonia?
I don't remember.
I believe it's Sonia.
I think it's Sonia as well.
It starts with an S. That's all I know.
It's Miss S.
She's quite cute.
She's a... Yeah, okay.
Whatever, man. I'll let my read. But yeah, it's but yeah, like I'm the more I've seen from this direct, dude, like the more pumped I am to see the rest of it.
Yeah, is there anything that you're hoping to see come out in another direct, or is there anything that you're hoping for in this game that has not been like announced yet?
It seems like they got the basics covered as far as sort of what to expect from the game. I mean, one thing that they haven't really showed was a rival, like the enemy team.
Oh, true.
We haven't seen anything on that yet. Which I gotta say, Sun and Moon Team Skull, I liked Team Skull because they actually felt like a more realistic. This was another complaint I've had about them too. It's like, can we get like a team that felt like Team Rocket? Like Team Rocket is so memorable because it's not like a giant team that's going after a world-altering event.
Yeah, they're just literally a gang of misfits.
More or less, yeah, pretty much. And Team Skull actually kind of recaptured that. So that's why I really like them. And again, that's why I think someone had a great storyline. So I'm hoping that whatever the enemy team is for this one kind of follows that suit. Like, they're not going after this legendary Pokemon to destroy everybody or eliminate existence and like this giant grand scale
Yeah.
scheme. You know?
We don't
like,
need world domination. We don't need like a new universe. We don't need the world covered by water or land. We just need a group of people who want to do hood rat stuff with their friends, and we gotta stop them. I don't want world domination, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Leave it for the movies.
So I'm hoping that we can get an inside view of that. And yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm really hoping that we don't get that super over-the-top friendly rival. Like, I hope this kid starts off friendly, but then over time really starts drilling in like, hey, you know, I'm going to beat you, not be like super like, you know.
I am afraid that it's going to be another friendly rival, just from the small pieces we've seen of him in the direct.
That's why I'm hoping that it starts that way, but then by the end, it gets a little more personal. But yeah, that's just things I hope for.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Anything you could hope to see?
I do want to know more about the wild area, because in the direct it says, you know, every day Pokemon are going to be different.
Mm-hmm. Depending on the time of day and the weather, like there's all these factors in it.
So I want to know more about that. I do want to know something about like the post game, because normally, you know, they don't really announce it in the first trailer or the second trailer, but like, is there going to be like a Friend Safari? Is there going to be, was it the Battle Tower or the Battle Frontier, whatever it's called? Like, what's the gimmick where you're gonna have to battle, like grind for points to get, you know, hold items? Are hold items even in the game? Because they weren't in Let's Go, were they?
No. Well, Let's Go was just
like a casual type.
Yeah, it was like a recreation of the original. So,
but yeah, I'm interested to see what the post game content's going to be. I'm interested to see if like Alolan forms are going to be in the game, or Mega forms, or Z moves. I'm really interested to see how they're going to implement that in Sword or Shield.
And speaking of which, I'm also hoping that the next thing they show will explain Dynamaxing. And kind of showing us what it entails. Like, is it an ability that is available right off the bat, or is it something you have to build to? Is it a held item that goes in tandem with it, with like say like Mega Evolution and even Z moves too? You had like that crystal that took the whole 2. So is it a held item ability, or is it just something that they just give you as a freebie?
I'll be
like
very
experience share nowadays.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'll say one thing.
No more experience share.
I am not a fan of the Dynamax at this point in time.
You know, when I did see the direct for the first time, that was probably the only bit that threw me for a loop and lost me. Because I'm like, why do I have this giant disco ball, Pokeball, and then you see the giant Raichu pop out? I'm like, oh, cool. So now I got a
giant Raichu. Cool. Yeah, I guess we'll...
I got the Poke Float from
Melee.
From Melee, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I'll be honest, that does disappoint me, but that's just the Gen 1er in me, I suppose.
I guess so, that me too. But you know, only time can tell on whatever else they decide to reveal before the date. And the release date they showed, which was November 15th?
I think so. I want to say November 15th. It's either the 15th or the 16th. I want to say it's 15th, though. So we got a couple months to wait.
Wow, that's true. But you know what? It'll be well worth it if it turns out to be as amazing as
I can't wait.
To be. I really am.
Can't wait. Can you guys wait? What are you looking forward to in the new Pokemon games? We'd love to hear your opinions.
Yeah, write it down in the comments below. Let's get some discussion going over here. And hey, if while you're out there leaving a comment, why don't you just quickly click that subscribe button for whenever you'll be ready to hear another podcast that we do. Or whenever we continue with our Let's Play videos.
Let's Plays.
We also stream videos too. I mean, we do a lot of things here.
We do everything
here.
So
if we tickle your fancy in that way, feel free to subscribe and join our journey.
Definitely.
And our Discord as well.
Join the Discord. Join in on the fun. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. With all that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon. Do it, Paul. Do it.
Do what?
Do it. Come on. Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, it's so wholesome.